to Spiritually Speaking. My name is Lori Albert, and I am a medium and intuitive. Spiritually Speaking is a feel-good, interactive, intuitive conversation that embraces everything spiritual. Each week, we discuss different spiritual or life topics. I have occasional guests on, and I take your calls on the spirit line for you to be part of the conversation, or if you'd like to receive a reading. So welcome to the show. It's going to be a fun show tonight. I'm super excited. We are paying sort of homage to Louise Hay. So it's going to be a really, really beautiful show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sage, I'm going to talk a little bit, and then I have to read you. You know, I've been sort of skipping the horoscope part of my little broadcast, right? The last couple of weeks, but this week was so good. I have to read it for sure. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about Louise Hay and show you some of her teachings. Teach you some of her teachings, I guess you could say. And then I'm going to open up probably at about 5:30 or so. I'll open up the phone lines and the chat, okay? And then we can all just do readings, right? At about 5:30 or so. So anyway, guess what, you guys? This is my 50th show. I'm so excited. I have missed a couple of shows over the course of the year, but it's been about a year now. So I'm so excited. I was like, oh, it's my 50th show. That's so cool. So, but you know, as in life, the show is a work in progress. So if there's ever anything that you'd like to see me talk about or whatever, direct message me and I would love your thoughts, right? Okay, so yeah. My goal is to be here for you guys, okay? I want to motivate you to be happy in your life and to find peace. That's my goal. That's kind of my goal in life, not just with the show, to be honest with you. And, you know, I like to show you guys sort of the tricks from the masters. So, yeah, anyway. So, I want to tell you one other thing real quick. I just finished the 40 days of meditation. I don't know if you call it a challenge, so to speak, but it's David G. So it's DAVIDJI, and he is freaking awesome. He is the best meditation teacher I think I've ever been around, or you know, I wouldn't say studied with because it's not really like that, but you know, amazing. So I wanted to tell you about this because it's free. It's a 40-day meditation, guided meditations every day. And he is so awesome, like I just said. I'm going to put, in a little while, I'm going to put the website for it, because you can just go to it's free. You can just go to the same website every day and go through it, starting with day 1 all the way to day 40. So it's really cool. So if you're interested in doing that, he starts out slow. It's for beginners, medium people, and advanced people. So it's really for everybody, and he is so great about it. So at any rate, I wanted to tell you guys that because it's really awesome. So let's get to saging. Okay, because you never know. Let's do this. Okay. Let's get the sage burning. Oh, I love my sage. Oh, I love that smell. Do you guys love the smell of sage? I just love the smell of sage. My husband, I'm not sure if he likes it or not, but he has to deal with it either way. So, okay, so let's say the prayer. I break up and release all stagnant and negative energy from this place. May peace, light, and divine love protect us and be ever present. So I'm saging you guys as well. So I'm going to say it again. I break up and release all stagnant and negative energy from this place. May peace, light, and divine love protect us and be ever present. So there you go. We've saged. I feel much better now, don't you? Oh, look, we have some people. Holly and Eric and Connie. Hi, Connie. You could use some insight. Great. That's awesome. So stay until 5:30 because I want to talk a little bit about Louise Hay first, and then stay till 5:30, and then I'll open up the lines. So great. Right. So okay. Oh, before I do that though, before I talk about Louise Hay, I want to read to you guys rulingplanets.com. Christopher Renstrom. He is incredible. And I want to read this to you because this is just great. Awesome. Okay, so this is the horoscope for the week. Okay, so it's for everybody. It's not just one sign. It's for this entire week. Okay, and this is what he says. Mars has already left its footprint on the year. Named after the Roman god of war and mayhem, you don't have to look very far to see his handiwork. One would think that this planet's retrograde, Mars turned retrograde on June 26th, would have cooled the fiery anger, but retrogrades tend to make this planet worse. Wouldn't you know that's my ruling planet? But anyway, but retrogrades tend to make this planet worse. That's because the backwards motion switches the Mars energy from fight to flight. This creates an atmosphere of fear, panic, and hysteria. Yikes. We see it in our politics, we see it in our media, and we see it in our society. But Mars also stands for good things, like, this is the good part, stands for good things like chivalry, heroism, and honor. Mars comes out of retrograde on August 27th, which was yesterday, and marches forward through that patch of sky as it just backslid through. This gives us all a chance to summon our gumption, stifle our spine, and reach for our better selves so that the situations that proved too daunting before are confronted and mastered the second time around. So we're getting there, right? It's gonna be very interesting. Hi, Shauna and Debbie. Hello, Nadine. Thanks for joining. Hi, guys. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Okay, so that was kind of an interesting, wasn't that interesting? I thought you guys would find that pretty interesting. So, Mars is not in retrograde, and I from what I understand, there's several other planets that are about to go back direct soon. So keep your fingers crossed, right? So Jessica, thanks for joining. Hi. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want to tell you about one of my favorite people. Favorite teachers, I guess you could say, is Louise Hay. Okay. And after I do that, then we're going to do this amazing, I say this every week and I apologize, but Spirit just downloads to me these beautiful meditations. And this one today is going to be awesome. It's not going to be very long. I promise that, but it's really awesome. It's going to be awesome. So stick around and get ready, right? Get ready. So anyway, Louise Hay. Oh my gosh. If you're familiar with her, you know that her contribution to us all is about us having our best life. Her dedication to living positively and her commitment to helping all of us heal our bodies, our minds, and our souls. She had a massive commitment to that, right? And yes, I would say she was larger than life, of course. But and if you don't know her, today I'm going to introduce you to the Queen of Affirmations, right? And that honestly is just really a small part of who she really was. She was an author. She was a teacher. She was a healer. She was a speaker. She was a business owner, right? She's done everything. She's amazing, right? So August 30th, in 2 days, it will be the 1-year anniversary of her passing. And this is the wild part to me anyway. She was really close with Wayne Dyer, okay? Wayne Dyer died 3 years ago on the same day, right? So he died, some people say he either died the 29th or the 30th because they found him, he had passed in his sleep, which I can't imagine a better way to go, to be honest. And I was actually, my friend called me. She's like, oh my God, did you hear Wayne Dyer died? And I went, oh, I'm so happy for him. And I was like, okay. But at any rate, so he died to the day, right? 2 years prior to that. So how cool is that? Oh my gosh. This broadcast is dedicated to Louise Hay. However, I am going to do a show on Wayne Dyer soon because he's just, everything. So at any rate, so Louise, she has had amazing life, right? She started out as a model. If you've ever seen a picture of her, she was beautiful at 90. So can you even imagine what she must look like in the 40s? So she started out as a model, yeah. And so later on in her life, in the 1970s, she started studying at this church in New York City, and it was called the Church of Religious Science, okay? And she got really involved in it, okay? And she created her first book. She wrote her first book. It was called Heal Your Body, and it was published in 1977. So she was 40 years old at the time. So anybody who tells you that you can't start something new when you're a little bit older or middle-aged, that's wrong, because she has done everything, right? So over the course of like the next several years, she overcame. Now, think about what her book title was, Heal Your Body, right? She overcame, in the next several years, she overcame cervical cancer using alternative methods only, right? And she ended up dying at 90, so, hello. What guts she had. Didn't she have guts, like, to do that? I mean, because back then, alternative medicine was one thing, and now it's like, it's a little bit more commonplace, but, seriously, wow, I'm blown away by her tenacity, I guess you could say. So, yeah. So then in 1984, she wrote a book called You Can Heal Your Life. And this is the book that changed many people's lives, many, many people's lives. And the book was described this way, okay? Louise's key message in this powerful work is, if we are willing to do the mental work, almost anything can be healed. Louise explains that limiting beliefs and ideas are often the cause of illness. How can you change your thinking? How you can change your thinking and improve your quality of life. So basically she's saying that your mind takes care of everything, right? So during this time in her life, she started speaking all over the country, and she talked a lot about loving ourselves and how loving ourselves can help us heal, right? Amazing, right? Then in 1985, check this out, she created a support group for men that had AIDS, right? And that was about the time in the 80s, that was about the time when the AIDS thing was like really big and like scary and all of that stuff, right? So she started this thing, and it grew huge. It started with like 6 people, and it grew to be like 800 people. I mean, it's incredible. I think it was called the Hayride. I want to say, I could be wrong about that, but at any rate, so yeah, really, really cool, right? And then she wrote several more books, right? And then she started Hay House, right? And that's today is like the go-to place to for authors, right? Any self-help author, that's where you would like really want to end up, right? Spirituality, healing, anything that, all kinds of really cool uplifting stuff. It can anything that can help to change your life for the better. Go to Hay House, hayhouse.com. If you're not familiar with it, check it out. It's really, really cool. Many really famous authors, self-help authors, have called it home. Wayne Dyer, Doreen Virtue, Esther Hicks. So yeah, big deal, right? And it's the website, Hay House, I should say, is more than just books, right? There's like events on there. There's videos. There's apps. There's online courses. There's podcasts, right? They even have Hay House Radio, right? David G. just did he does every week. He does a radio show every week, and he leads a meditation on there. So, and I think there's an app. I should look on my phone. There's an app that you can just, log on, and it's like a radio station. So how cool is that? So she has so much that she has taught over the years, but I really today wanted to focus on the 2 things that I think are her, well, I wouldn't say her main things, but 2 that spoke to me the most, right? So, and this is my show. So first of all, affirmations. Do you know what affirmations are? Affirmations, well, let me just tell you. It has been said that Louise Louise taught that your point of power is always in the present moment, where you plant the mental seeds for creating new experiences. You're never stuck, for you can choose new thoughts and new ways of thinking. Your future can always be more positive, more loving, and more prosperous. Think about how you'd like to live and what you'd like to accomplish as you read the affirmations out loud. And that is what they say about Louise. Okay. Yeah, she's pretty amazing. This is one of my favorite teachings, like I said, of Louise Hay. If we change our mindset, or the conversation, or that, that little voice in our heads, if we can change that, it's hard, it's difficult, it's not easy. We can have a happier, richer, more powerful life. Okay, she has many affirmations, and I'm going to read you a few. Okay, these are all like sort of the ones that I personally find absolutely incredible. So I'm just going to start with these. I trust the process of my life. Okay, so basically what you do is you internalize these. She gives you like a sentence, and you internalize it. You pick the ones that speak to you, and you can write them on sticky notes, or you can put them anywhere, right? And just say it over and over. Find one that works for you and say it over and over again. Okay. The second one that I absolutely love is, my day begins and ends with gratitude. Right? I love that, of course. You guys know me, right? The third one is, I am greeted by love everywhere I go. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh. Can you imagine like saying that and believing that about yourself? Your life would totally change. Think that through for just a minute. If you said, everywhere I go, I forget what it is, I am greeted by love everywhere I go. Can you imagine if that was like true, how awesome your life would be? So this is what I'm saying. These are powerful, very powerful. The next one is, I forgive myself for not being perfect. Right. Can you forgive yourself for not being perfect? But check this out. Thinking it and saying to yourself, oh, I can't do that. But guess what? Try just saying that over and over again to yourself. I forgive myself for not being perfect. If you said that over and over to yourself, you eventually would forgive yourself. I'm just saying. So, and then lastly, for right now, today, no person, I love this one. Today, no person, place, or thing can irritate or annoy me. I choose to be at peace. Oh, God. Isn't that incredible? I mean, today I choose peace. Right? I actually been lately, that's been kind of my go-to one, to be honest with you lately. Yeah, peace. It's amazing. Right? Okay. So that's what affirmations are. Okay. One of my favorite one to start with though, okay, if I'm telling you how to start incorporating these into your life. Okay. Well, let me go back a little bit. Okay. The idea of the affirmations is fantastic, right? It can really, really help. However, sometimes I think to myself, you can read a book or you can read something and then you put it down and it kind of goes away. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can read anything. You can read the Bible. You can read the Tao. You can read all that stuff, and once you read it for a minute, you put it down and it kind of goes away, right? You don't want that, right? So I guess what I want to say is taking these affirmations to the next level is what was the game changer for me. Okay. So if you take these affirmations, find one that strikes a chord with you. Okay. And then this is called mirror work. Okay. Go into the bathroom and you go and you look in the mirror and you say that affirmation to yourself and look at yourself in the eye and say that to yourself. Right? And what I was going to say before was, I think the first one to start with, it's the best, is actually saying, I love you. Because that's pretty dramatic, right? When was the last time that you looked at yourself in the mirror or said to yourself, whether it is look in the mirror or not. I love you to yourself, right? So imagine if you go in and you look in the mirror and you say, I love you to yourself. It can be daunting and it can feel fake at first. It can feel wrong. But your self-esteem can be lifted so much just by doing this simple exercise. Okay? Personally, when I first started doing mirror work, I would look into the mirror and say, you are courageous, right? That just still gives me chills whenever I think about it, because for some reason the word courageous just does it for me. I don't know what it is. It's like that. You remember I was just saying before, find your thing that like tweaks you, that just is like, oh, it just, when you feel that, kind of thing. So yeah, so consider that. Okay. So how I figured this out was, how I figured out which one was important to me was this. I have done many self-help seminars throughout the years and stuff, and through all of them, the one kind of thing is that getting past that little voice in your head and figuring out what that little voice is saying to you and all the bad, negative, mean things that it says to you, right? You're bad. You're not worthy. You're going to be alone the rest of your life. Nobody loves you. All of those crappy things that voice says, right? So what I needed to figure out was what was causing that, okay? What was the sort of the fear behind that was causing that? And I figured it out. And everybody has their own thing on what their sort of thing is, right? But, you can figure it out yourself. What scares you? Is it spiders and snakes? I think you can go a little deeper than that if you say that, right? What scares you? Is it feeling like that no one's ever going to love you? Is it feeling like that you're invisible? Is it feeling like that, who knows, right? What is your thing? Okay, and then you find your affirmation that sort of counteracts that. Okay, and you start out, and like I said before, you start out and you just start saying it to yourself, and it feels fake. It feels like a lie at first, but if you continue to do it, maybe several times a day, and then maybe work your way down or something, it can change your life. Right? And this is what Louise Hay was all about. This is why I wanted to talk about her, because this is amazing. Who does this, right? So here's my challenge. And it's kind of twofold. You may know the answer right away, but you may not. It's fine. Take it slow and figure it out. But what scares you to your core, right? Like I said, is it being alone? Is it safety for your family? Like, what is it that really scares you? If it's spiders, but try to dig a little deeper than spiders, right? Spiders scare me too. But so then I want you to take some time to consider that. Find the word, the action word that can counteract that helps you feel like you can rise above that fear. Okay? And like I said before, for me, it's the word courage or courageous. For some reason, the word courageous is different for me than courage. I don't know why. It just is. And that's the whole point. Find your word, right? And take that word on and say that word and add I am at the beginning. So you say, I am whatever. I am courageous. I am loved. I am strong. I am powerful. Okay? So, how do you guys feel about that? How do you feel about that? What do you think? You can type it in. I mean, I'd love to hear from you guys. Oh, we have Jeff and we have Laurel. Thanks for joining, you guys. I appreciate it. So yeah, what do you think? It's very interesting, isn't it? So, okay, so what we're going to do now is, while we all, because I just gave you a ton of information in like 20 minutes. I just gave you so much information, right? And all of this stuff can go way deeper, way deeper. So just take it in short spurts, I guess, but consider doing the mirror work. It can change your life. So, all right. So I want to do this meditation now. Oh, goodness. I hope you guys like this. So let's all get ready and let's all get comfortable. I am going to change the way I'm sitting in my chair. Yep, because I have this thing about crossing my legs. I don't know what it is. I love when my legs are crossed. I don't know why. So at any rate, okay. So let's all sit and relax. Let's sit and start to relax our bodies, relax our minds. Phew, let's take a couple of good cleansing deep breaths in. Let's breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Slowly, slowly. Take another deep breath in slowly through your nose and out through your mouth very slowly. So today, I'd like for us to place our attention on our heart chakra. It's called Anahata. And allow the room, wherever you are, with your eyes closed, allow the room to fill up with that gorgeous, most beautiful green color you've ever seen. It's such an inviting color and nurturing. Beautiful. So let's imagine, let's focus our attention on our heart chakra, right over our heart. And allow the room to, in our minds, fill up with that beautiful green. And let's sit and enjoy this beautiful energy just for a minute. Now let's begin with some amazing affirmations. So in your mind, repeat after me. I am love. I am courage. I am strength. I allow life to work for me. My day begins and ends with gratitude. As I say yes to life, life says yes to me. I am divinely guided and protected at all times. I trust the process of life. As I forgive myself, it becomes easier to forgive others. Negativity has no part in my life. My life gets better all the time. I live in the paradise of my own creation. Life is good. And so it is. Namaste. And so it is. How beautiful is that, right? Oh, Gosh, which one of those affirmations did you guys like? Was there one that like stuck out to you? Because honestly, as I was doing it, I really felt drawn to, as I say yes to life, life says yes to me. Oh my gosh, that is so huge. Think about that. It's kind of like the Yes Man. You remember the movie The Yes Man? So as you say yes to life, life says yes to you. Oh, I love that. It's so awesome. So I love that. So thank you for indulging me on that. Hi, Francesca. Hi, Joanne. Oh, I'm going to put my glasses on because, do you guys like how blue I am today? Hi, Joanne. Nice to see you, and thanks for joining. Hi, Red. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining today, you guys. I love our little group. I feel like that we get together here once a week, and we're like our own little circle. We're our own little tribe. I love it. That's great, right? So, okay, what I'm going to do. Oh, Shauna, hi. Living in paradise. Seriously, right? Right? I am living, but here's the thing. What she says, though, is I am living in the paradise of my own creation. And what is so cool about that is that, it's like I am living in the paradise of my own creation. So here's my thing. We can manifest all over the place. You can have like your affirmations be like a manifesting statement. Why not? Right? I have the best job in the world. Say it. Have it be your affirmation. It could be whatever you want it to be, but make sure it like gets you. Make sure it makes you feel good when you say it. It's so cool. I love it. So yeah. So thanks for saying that, Shauna. So yeah. So I'm really happy today. Anyway. So, okay. I'm going to open the phone lines if you'd like to call for a reading, or if you'd like to text in a question. Let's open up the phone lines and see what happens. Let's open up the chat. See what happens next, right? I just get, it's so funny because as I was putting the show together today, I found myself like my vibration was just going higher and higher and higher and higher because I was like looking at all these affirmations. I mean, she has this book, it's like 101 affirmations. So as you're going through those and reading through all those, seriously, you guys, you just can't help yourself but be happy when you do that, right? I love it. I love, love, love it. So anyway, so I love being, I'm in paradise too. So Shauna, you are ready. What are you ready for? Do you want to put in, so like, you have a question for me? You do, don't you? So, it also too, I have to tell you, I learned something new. I've been a working medium for a long time, right? And what's interesting is that I'm always learning new things. Always, always, always. And I learned that because John Edward talks about how he learns stuff all the time. And I heard him say that and I was like, oh, so true. You're never at the end. You're just continuing, right? So I learned a lot this weekend. I learned that I need to trust spirit. Trust, trust, trust. Trust whatever spirit gives me, why they're giving it to me, and whatever, right? Trust. It's a big deal. So one of the questions that I actually get a lot actually is that how do I stay so happy all the time? I get that in like my real life. People that don't even know that I'm a medium come up and say, why are you so happy all the time? And I'm like, what's the alternative? The alternative is to just be miserable, And, like I said before, I've done enough self-help stuff over the many years that I've been doing it. At least 20 years I've been doing seminars and stuff. And so, it's just interesting because the more I do it, the more I learn the ways that work for me to make me happier. Right? So, it's all on the inside. That's what's going to make you happy. That's what can make you happy, you know? I mean, it's got to be like the inner work. I mean, Louise Hay, she knows what she knew what she was doing, you know, because she, you know, you have to change your mental state, you know, and that little voice. I mean, I don't know that she ever talked about this, but I've learned this through the many things that the many seminars and all that stuff that I've done over the years, is that little voice in your head that says those mean things to you. That's terrible. Don't let that little voice talk to you, you know? Actually, the little voice, you can't stop it. All you can do is counteract it, you know, because that's what happens, you know? I mean, we all have that voice. We all have that judgment, right? We all have that inner critic. Every single person has it. Nobody is as happy as I am. I've got that little inner critic that's just terrible. It's just mean. So yeah, you know, I mean, that's just the way it goes. That's just the way it is. And we have to learn to move through it. Okay? We have to learn to move through it. So, come on, you guys. You need to give me a call. So there's somebody out there, because I've had a spirit with me since about 4:15 today. I've had a spirit with me, and I really want somebody. I know it's for somebody watching. I just can sense it. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about who this person is. I wouldn't say he's a young boy, but I feel like that he's like a younger, like man, or like a teenager that's a little bit, you know, a higher teenager, that sort of thing. Young man, teenage kind of guy with brown hair, and I feel like that he had a disease of some sort. I'm not 100% sure if it was leukemia or not, but for some reason I'm feeling like it was a cancer, and I feel like it might have been leukemia. So, what else about this spirit? He's real calm. He was real calm, and I feel like that he was a patient, obviously, for a long time, because he had the disease for a while, and I feel like that he was very calm throughout all of the treatments that he had to go through and everything that he was doing. So does that match anybody? What do you guys think? Can anybody take that? It's kind of specific, so that would be good, you know. Let me see. I feel like that he wasn't thin. He may have been thin at the end, but at the end of his life. But I feel like that while he was before he got sick, he was a little tiny bit not thin. Don't you love when I say that? A little, like, not chunky, because I don't want to give you the wrong impression, but, you know, just like a regular weight. So what do you guys think? Can anybody take that? It's interesting because I do a spirit circle after the show. So sometimes I'll get residual. I'll have a spirit come in and I'll have that start, you know, now so sometimes that's the case. But so what do you guys think? Can anybody take that? It might be for somebody in the spirit circle for later. So I'll just leave that. So very interesting. Very interesting. You know, you never know when you open yourself up as a medium, when you open yourself up and you ask for, I actually just learned this not too long ago, but I ask for only the higher vibrational spirits to come through, because I don't like to deal with anybody that's low vibration, any spirit that's low vibration, because I don't see the reason for it. There's no reason for it, because it can get nasty, it can get sad, it can get scary, right? So there's no reason for it. So I only ask the higher vibration, people in the light. I ask for the spirits that are in the light to come in, okay? Whoever would want to come in. And I actually just learned I guess I've always kind of done that, but I guess recently I just learned sort of the importance of that, you know, that sort of thing. One time, and the reason why I'm saying that is, somebody's saying that. What does it say? I think she meant my dad died in April. He wasn't a teenager, but he died at 68. He had a lung removed to lung cancer 3 years prior. He had lost a lot of weight and wasn't eating at the end. Oh, I'm so sorry. Debbie, this isn't the same spirit, but let me just try to talk to your father. I'm assuming it's your father. Yeah, because it says he died, but I'm assuming your dad. I feel like that. Okay, let me just describe him, Debbie. Debbie, if you'd like to call in, that would be great. I feel like that he had a real zest for life. Okay, he had a real zest for life before he was diagnosed, and the cancer really kind of took it out of him. The zest, that is, and I feel like that he was. Once he realized where it was kind of going, he became kind of okay with transitioning. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling about that. Yeah, I feel like that he was kind of okay with transitioning. Yeah, he had a real zest for life. He liked to get out there and just like live. He had a lung removed 3 years prior. So, Irina, hello. Thanks for joining. Yeah, so Debbie, let me know. Does this sound like your father? Yeah, he had lost a lot of weight. And I think that when he crossed, like I said, he was okay with crossing. He had got himself through it, through the mental stuff that you have to go through right before you transition. Because I really believe that we go through mental stuff before we transition, meaning that whether it's conscious or subconscious, we sort of figure things out the way it's supposed to be in life, that sort of thing. Okay, so I will say that. So Debbie, I'm not hearing from you, sweetheart. Call me, because that would be really good. Okay, so what else? What else can I say about this father that I have here? I feel like that what does he want to say? And he also is, I was talking about his zest for life. I feel like that he also really, really enjoyed eating. And I feel like that you're going to laugh, but on the other side, I feel like he misses eating. Yes, your father. Yes, he did have a zest for life, his kids and grandkids. But he did seem to give up towards the end. He was having memory issues and a lot of pain. Right, exactly. He had reconciled. That was the word I've been looking for this whole time. He had reconciled himself that it was his time. So, yeah. So I really want to say, okay, I feel like that this is him, Debbie. I feel like this is your father. And I want to say, Debbie, that, if there was one thing that he could have taught you, it was about the zest for life. It was about like grabbing it with both hands and going, just living your life, enjoying your family, enjoying life, getting out there and doing new things that maybe you haven't done. I don't necessarily mean like bucket list stuff, but I mean just getting out there and just enjoy yourself, enjoy your life. So, yeah. So I want to leave you with that, because that's a really amazing thing, or that can be a really amazing thing. So, yeah, to take that zest. So I wish you the best, Debbie. Okay, so Shauna says, I talked about that sensation that was happening, and it's been on fire today. Oh, wow. Changes at work, etc., flaring up now also. New thing is, when I try to meditate or relax, I get blurbs of color. Oh, that's awesome. That's your third eye, sweetie. Oh, that's awesome. I concentrate on some of the colors are taking shape and morph. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, I have a caller. So we'll come back to you. And I really hate that it does that. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi.
You're live on the air.
Hi, Lori. It's Debbie Young calling.
Hi. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you called. Hi. Oh, that's fantastic. So thanks. Okay.
So I just wanted to say that you're almost spot on to who he was as a person. He was very zestful. His life wasn't always easy, but he always was very happy about his life, his family, his kids. But the interesting thing that you said about eating, he loved sweets, and towards the end, he couldn't eat pretty much anything. He had difficulty swallowing and all kinds of stuff. So I feel like he kind of just gave up.
Yeah.
But he did go through the chemo and went through this surgery, and I think the surgery itself kind of aged him.
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny that you say that. So he was very zestful, very much loved life and his family.
Yeah. And I think that that's his message for you. A lot of times when they come through and they tell me that kind of stuff, that's their message, because I feel like that he is like, you know, he just wants you to grab life with both hands and just go, you know? Do you have family that you spend a lot of time with? I mean, obviously if you're married and have kids, you do, but do you have a large family?
Like my own kids, we have a large extended family, and some of those are my aunts and uncles, which are just a few years older than me. But he spent a lot of time with them when they were younger and was such a positive role model, and I do spend a lot of time with them.
That's great. That's fantastic. He loves that, and I think he was a big family guy, right? I mean, he was really into
absolutely.
the whole family unit, and I think that's why he wanted a big family, and I think that's you know, I mean, he liked that, you know. So so let me see what else he wants to tell you. So it's interesting because he's talking now more about the food thing, and it's funny because I get that you said I heard what you said about the sweets, but I feel like he just enjoyed like food also. I mean, he enjoyed his food, you know, and he did, and he's saying that, you know, he doesn't get to taste stuff anymore, and that's like, he's like, I'm not complaining. This is what he's saying. He's a really nice man. He's saying, I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's just like, I remember just loving the taste. Like, he would love the taste of like sandwiches. Did he eat sandwiches a lot or something? Oh my God.
Very much so.
Yeah, and I feel like that he just he loved all those flavors together. I think and my mouth is watering now.
And he was never very picky either. He'd eat just about anything. His favorites were sweets, but he loved food for sure. Yeah. And Pepsi.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny. No, he didn't tell me that part, but that's awesome. So I want to say, you know, well, let me say it this way. He wants you to know that he decided that he was done at one point, and I don't know if there was a question surrounding that, that like, oh, maybe he wasn't ready to go kind of thing, but he was ready to go, and he basically, and I almost get the feeling, because a lot of times, you know, I've said before, sometimes they talk about it and it's consciously they say I'm done, or it's subconsciously, and they don't really know in the physical, you know, that they're saying I'm done kind of thing. I almost feel like it was more subconscious than it was conscious for him. But because
I feel that way. He died in his chair, like suddenly, just sat down to take a nap and just kind of died suddenly. But my mom said that 4 days prior to that, he really wasn't eating or drinking anything. And of course, just with our busy lives, we weren't there. So I think my oldest brother and myself feel the most guilty for that. Yeah,
but you know what, though? You shouldn't, because you know what? He actually is like, you know what? Why would I want anybody to see me like this, is what he's saying to me. Why would I really want anybody to see me like this? They did as good a job as they could do, you know? I mean, so don't beat yourself up about that at all, is what he's saying. He's like, you know what? We had a great life together. He's like, you know, we had our challenges throughout life, as every family does. But you know what? Right. We loved each other, and you know what? It's all fine. And he's talking about, is there some sort of, I don't want to say argument, because that's too strong of a word. Is there some sort of disagreement going on between two of your siblings or something, or?
Oh, there's always a disagreement among his own siblings,
Oh, his siblings. Okay.
His siblings. Okay. My siblings, not that I'm aware of, but his siblings, there's always some sort of disagreement, and they were pretty nasty to my mom after he died.
You know what? Yeah. As soon as you said that, I got this whole like, so I think he's referring to that. Yeah. And he's like, we just need to let that go. You know, there's, you know what? People all grieve different ways. People are different people, and we need to, and I feel like did he say stuff like that in like when he was alive? Because I feel like that he's like, it's all, you know what? He was like very forgiving of stuff. I feel like.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
You know? So yeah, so that's what he's talking about now. Like, try not to be too irritated at them for doing that. So yeah. So he's a really nice man. He's so sweet.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh. You have a really lovely
We miss him terribly.
Of course you do. Absolutely. You know, but he is with you anytime that you feel like you want to talk to him. Please know that he will be there. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much for all your information.
You're so welcome. Thanks for calling.
It made my day.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
That's great. All right. Take care. Have a great night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
So, that's really cool. I'm really so happy with that. Oh, Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for joining. Okay. So back to Shauna. And that was really fun. Debbie, thank you for calling in and being vulnerable and putting it out there. I really appreciate it, because this work is you know, can be a little scary, you know, I mean, for people that aren't used to it, you know, kind of thing. So, okay. So Shauna, okay. So I want to get back to you. I apologize for doing that, but the phone rang. So yes, just allow the colors to morph into each other. Allow them to do whatever they're going to do. Okay. If they start, turning into people, or if they start turning into, I think you said animals, and if you concentrate that's the beginning of your third eye being open, and that's the beginning of your clairvoyance, and that is so exciting, so exciting. I had the exact same thing happen to me. I was starting to see blobs, and I affectionately call them the blobs, which I've said before. Affectionately call them the blobs, and that's just how it starts, and then you just go forward, you know. So I just want to encourage you to continue to meditate, and learn as much as you can. Learn about the chakras, because the chakras have a lot to do with your gifts. A lot to do with your gifts. So Shauna, teach yourself about the chakras. Learn wherever you can about them. Okay. There are lots of books. I don't know what part of the country you're in, Shauna, but you can. There are like, you know, bookstores, all kinds of different places where you can go and take classes and learn about this, right? So I will tell you that. That's fantastic. Oh, that's really exciting. Yeah, so I know you get anxious. She's saying she gets anxious. I get that. I absolutely get that. Of course you get anxious because it's new. But someday, I promise you, what's going to happen is you're going to be like, oh, wow, this is cool. You know what I mean? You're just going to be like, it's going to be second nature to you. I promise. There's no reason to get anxious. And one thing I really want to say that I feel like my guides are telling me to tell you is that, I really want to say to you is that, you have control over this. Okay. You can say, and I was just telling somebody this the other day, and Eric, yeah, I know you have similar experiences too. I get that, right? So this is like, I love it. This is like you guys opening up. You can make up the rules as you go. Okay. You can say to yourself, okay, you can say to the spirits, okay, I really want to work with you guys. I really want to learn from you guys, but only when this candle is lit. Or only when I'm sitting cross-legged in my living room meditating. You can make up your own rules whenever it is, however it is that you choose to do. Okay? It's your own personal thing. Okay? Shauna, if you have any questions, direct message me. I will definitely be there for you and I'm so big, I have to say, I am so big on helping people where this is just starting to happen, because I didn't have anybody. I didn't have anybody to talk to about this when this first started happening. Yeah, and it can make you anxious. I totally relate to that. It can make you anxious, can make you scared. And I've said this before too, and I apologize, I'm repeating myself, but you know what? For the first period of time, I thought there was something wrong with me, and I went to the doctor tons of times. Oh, you're dehydrated. I swear to God, I went to 4 different doctors, and they all told me that I was dehydrated. It wasn't dehydration. I'm sorry. I do tend towards that, but it wasn't. It was spirit. And what am I going to say? I can't go back to those doctors now, right? Because I can't go back to doctors and say, yeah, well, it was spirit. They would lock me up in the loony bin. Or maybe they wouldn't. I don't know, actually. But so I just wanted to say that to you because that's kind of the way that goes. So whatever your questions are, bring them on. Oh, you're so welcome, Shauna. I appreciate it. Hi, Anthony. How are you? Anything for you today? Let's see. Anthony. Let's see. I feel like I'm getting like psychic stuff for you today, Anthony. I feel like I'm getting psychic stuff for you. And you know what? You're going to laugh at me, but I am going to do I have native spirit cards. And I feel like that and there's one, and this is a telltale sign. When one is stuck in there and won't come out, that's the one for you. So I'm supposed to give you this card that I can't get out. Oh my God, I can't get it out. Like it's really, truly stuck in there. Maybe it's supposed to stay in there. Oh my God. All right, so whatever. We'll just go with another one. Sorry, card. Give me a better card. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, Anthony, and I love working with cards. As a matter of fact, I was thinking next week I was going to do give you guys readings with cards because they're so much fun. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on you, Anthony, and I'm going to pull a card for you. And this card is sticking out for me now. Okay, so what is this card? This card says, Spirit Keeper of the East. Oh my God, that's so funny because you live back east. That's great. Spirit Keeper of the East. And I will say that if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it real well, but the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. So this is a sunrise. New things are coming for you. New things. Okay, so continue. I wonder if you did some of the things I told you to do last time. So start to meditate and stuff, right? Just allow yourself to accept what is happening. Okay? Allow yourself to accept what is happening. That's what I want to keep saying to you. And the Spirit Keeper to the East. That's huge, right? So keep that going on. That's great. That's kind of, I hope you understand that. If you don't, we'll talk later. Arena, do you know what? I am going to pull another native spirit card for you, for Arena. Okay, so I'm shuffling these cards. I'm going to do this like all next week. Next week, my show is going to be all about cards. I have like tons of decks, and they're all different. So, okay, so this card is, what is this card? What am I getting for you? This is for Arena. Does it say Arena? I'm sorry. Does it? Yes, Arena. Okay, and this card says offerings. Oh my gosh, and it's Stonehenge. Ooh, let's go to Stonehenge. Pick me up, Arena, and we'll go to Stonehenge. Offerings, okay? And I feel like that this card for me is telling you, that you need to stay in a place of gratitude. I feel like that gratitude is going to be really, really important for you right now. Gratitude. Try to keep finding things that are better for you. All the things that are going on in your life. My mom had some bugs in her house, right? And so I said to her, say thank you to those bugs because they found another problem that could have been really bad. So thank you to the bugs. So thank you. Say thank you. Even the crappy things. Say thank you. So that's pretty much everything I've got for today. I'm really bummed about that card. But okay, so thank you guys for everything. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, I have the quote of the day. Okay, this is a Louise Hay quote of the day. Remember, you have been criticizing yourself for years and it hasn't worked. Try approving of yourself and see what happens. So that is the last word from Louise Hay. And I would love for you guys, if you could, follow me on Instagram. I do every day, every morning I do every day I do a mindful moment. So follow me on Instagram, and I post it on there. If you could follow me on Facebook, Laurie Albert, a happy medium, intuitive, and life advisor. And my website is lauriealbert.com, blah, 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 blah. And thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate each and every single person out there. And like I said before, you guys are my tribe. I feel like it's like you guys, we're all in this together. So thank you so much. And until next week, everybody stay happy and take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Spiritually Speaking with Laurie Albert.